Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream here on VRML Channel 3. Got the channels all busy up today. So, with that, just hopping on my first cast of the evening. Get a couple of these ones in that had some decent hype votes to them. And yeah, we're here in week 3. I'm Palidore. And thank you guys for tuning in live or in the VODs. FMJ, Flare, and Mighty Quinn. What's up? Not too often I find myself in this channel, but I'm not complaining. It's actually a really good thing. Because that means the rest of the channels, they be active. And indeed, both 1 and 2 both have games going on either now or in the near future. So, good to see. I have Minihat and Akadi over on channel 2. We had Dimwee and Glean over on channel 1. I have some more of Dimwee later on, as well as Gilligan. I mean, a lot of people getting in on the cast tonight. After this one, we have, well, first we have Go versus Chimera. Both of these teams, I believe, their first streams this season, and indeed, that is the case. And then, following this match, we'll have the round table versus a bunch of baby ducks. But, alright, here we go. I see Flare VR in the chat, doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. From Spectral, right? I'll have your game streamed for that redemption on Saturday, I do believe. So there we go. First launch underway, and here we go. And indeed, it is Go over on the orange team and Chimera on blue. As Tilt Zone takes a disc here. And getting first possession for Chimera. So being contested pretty well in the midfield as it gets cleared into the orange lane. It's going to be snagged by Infernal Syndicate. So good to see these players here, especially Guru, guys. One of the longest time players of Echo Arena. Haven't seen him in a fair bit. Mostly because I don't play as much anymore, so much as cast. But good, always great to see Guru in the game and playing. One of the, again, veteran players. Very, very helpful player as well. Just a good dude all around. Also good to see Infernal Syndicate, another player who's been around since the olden days of Echo, back in 2017. Played on some ESL teams as well, and here goes Adafo with a clear. Adafo, another face that I've seen somewhat recently. Did the Coaches League streams back in the off-season of VRML, so that was fun. That said, here for Chimera, trying to get some offense going, or defense going. That is to say, but the first attempt going to be off on that. Now Adafo may be about to get that. No, instead, Chubby Asian with this snag, so good job playing that mid lane. Gets a little bit of a tap boost, so might get some offense as well in a hot second. Let's see. That's going to be taken right back, but the goalie in place. There's Guru. Guru trying to contest here. Wolverine, but Infernal. Not even needing Guru to do any goalkeeping, just swoops in for a great stun and a clear out now as it's snagged by Schlart. Schlart having it snagged back, but then back again as it goes to and fro everywhere except the goal at the moment as it just exchanges possessions once more. 2 minutes into this match and it's scoreless. Very defensive. So now going for a bouncer, and yes sir, Adafo. How about that? Neither team could get it done up close in that bubble defense, against the bubble defense, so what they do? Well, drag them out and then, well, make way for the lovely clear. Or lovely bounce, I should say, into the goal. Unless I'm mistaken, looks like my overlay had something weird going on there in that last happening. I'll look at that in a second. But that said, Chubby with a miss in the goal. Rebound from Tilt. Trying to drift it down, and then right back at him, but Guru snags it, and right back into Go's hands. So Adafo bouncing it into the tunnel. Taking it is Schlart. Schlart's a little bit low, but the rebound maybe by the stack. There's Adafo. Backboarded, though, and taken by Tilt Zone. So Tilt sending it left lane. The left side, rather, and then back to Adafo, but taken back by Adafo, contesting pretty well. But Chubby with the disc once more. Trying to eye that cross over to Wolverine. Wolverine having it snagged, though, by Guru. Another good steal. See... Cordige? How do you pronounce that? Always want to try and get those rights, but, you know, sometimes we're us casters. We just don't know for sure. Good to see you, though. And good to see a 3 for Wolverine. And just like that, they are tied up. Only 1-3 apiece per team. But 4 minutes into this first round. Alright, so cordage. Good to know. I've destroyed many of my cordages playing Echo in the past. Guru here. Looking to the cross. Bounce of a pass. Gets to a duff. Oh, ding, ding, ding. And we have a winner. Schlart dragging it in. Man, how did that first attempt not go in from Adolfo, though? That was inside the goal. I mean, had to be a centimeter away from being a score. All the meanwhile, I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with my overlay. Got some weird opacity stuff going on, but whatever the case is. I'm gonna be snagged here in the tunnel by Tilt, but Tilt getting stunned. And Tilt, maybe on Tilt at the moment, trying to get his headset back on, so stunned so hard that his headset flew off in real life, maybe. Nonetheless, still in the game, so that's good news for them as Schlart takes it over at the shoulder. And they've got the small advantage halfway through this round, and going to wait for the defense to perhaps react here and see what they do. So we'll be, in fact, broken up. Schlart doing a good job to break that chain from Wolverine and co. So this is going to get the opportunity for a 3 attempt. Looking like they were going for the old Joker there. The stun on the goalie and get the 3, but a little bit mistimed. And as a result, nearly floats into the goal. And still may yet as Wolverine, but a sure bet it's Adolfo in the goal with a great save. And that is out of there. So great defense as Chubby takes the disc and avoiding Adolfo and Schlart, but Schlart and him are going to be really fast on the approach to the disc. So 4 in the bubble, 4 go, and just trying not to forego any more points if they can. So as it's snagged here up top. Sent back out there to the back pass, and again, if they can keep control like this for go, they should be good to go in this round. I mean, still 4 minutes left, but definitely the pace, super defensive. A lot of these brawls and some good saves, snags around the bubble, so both teams just trying to find a way to squeeze through this defense, and let's see. It will be Schlart doing just that. So Guru, the good upwards fling. All in the wrist, I say. And well, there you have it. Now over to the left tunnel, gonna be snagged. Well, actually, missing the hands of that tunnel pass, so Infernal Syndicate grabs it instead. PAMWOW stopping in the chat, accidentally unfollowed. Well, that's not good. Follow me, and you'll be in a world of pure castination. As Guru just flinging it backwards. Not sure what happened there. Lost the disc, though, as it will be Chubby with a lane and a lot of time at that. So walking it in for the dunk, and they're back within 2. I still remain heavily confused at why my game window is showing up for my replays. Somebody help. Who designed this thing? Oh yeah, that was me. Whoops. Anyway, Schlart's gonna send it left or right side rather, and Guru Guy's taking it over. Again, cutting. You see all these approaches so far pretty much for Go. They've almost exclusively been like that, which is to say, the walk in from the bottom, a couple players cutting at once, and then they just pass it for a cutting goal. So hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And PAMWOW wanting some chocolate. Why? That's really Willy Wonky of you. And in any case, tilt zone with a disc and sending it now, trying to, anyways, to Chubby, but won't be able to collect that initially. Still gets it off the bounce, but then gets trounced by the stun from Schlart. So Schlart taking it over, sending it to the midfield, but Dune is there for a recovery, so good positioning from Dune. 2 minutes left, a little bit under in this first round. And once more, control going back to Go. But will not go through that tunnel, at least not the first attempt. So now they're going to cross it into the midfield off a bounce. That's going to bounce low, going to bounce high, and then back low again. Trying not to get down too much more, though, is Chimera. have still some opportunities yet to return and make this a competitive first round, which, I mean, it has been. But obviously, minute 20 left. Scores need to happen, and they need to happen pretty soon. Let's see if they can. So Schlart and Guru are there. Wolverine taking it back. A quick handoff, but miscommunicated perhaps. They're still going to get it back, but now immediately flinging it, so they didn't really have any options to go to, unfortunately. So I think a little miscommunication, a couple different times there for Chimera. Might be trouble for them, but they're still going to try and make this happen. I mean, they've got 60 seconds, a good tap back, and those are some nice passes. Talk about well communicated, but no, excruciating to see that be saved from Infernal again. But his team definitely starting to catch some fire now. Got themselves an opportunity. There's a 3, but snagged out there by Tilt Zone. 43 seconds remaining, and a clear down the lane. That's going to be taken back really quickly by Dune. Dune trying to find enough room for the goal. Rebound is not there. Need to score now, and a bounce, a stun, but the bottom shot on the feet of Chubby, or was Chubby, on that goalie there, Infernal, and does put them within 2. So they're in reach, but they need to be fast. They need to be very, very fast. So let's see. Defense of the utmost importance. A rather interesting play of the headbutt, and that's going to just go right into the slap shot from Guru. Why not? But with that, first round going the way of go. Yeah, I was very curious about that headbutt rollout. It seemed like I mean, it worked. Don't get me wrong, but that was definitely at risk of a turnover if you're not careful with those kinds of rollouts, and that could have been bad news had it happened. Of course, not the case, not the case, so a win will be had. Indeed. And it looks like a timeout as well. But with that, to the score screen, see what it got. What it gots for us. Again, courtesy of Ignite, of course. So yeah. Both of these teams, their first streams of Season 3 thus far. Here in Week 3 now, and you know, 2 super talented teams. They're both at the 1200 MMR, as you can see there. And for that matter, both of them lossless. 4-0 on the record, so successful first 2 weeks. So a lot on the line here. You know, they're in slightly different divisions, as you can see, with Go being in Diamond and Chimera being in Gold, but the MMR separation, not that much, so certainly a testament to how close that round was pretty much the whole way through. Started off fairly slow and low scoring, you know, defensive, but then opening it up a little bit more in the latter parts of the round as these teams got warmed up and we started seeing more of those goals go in. And PAMWOW pointing out, yeah, the headbutt there. Dan Mac joining, saying, just joined the stream. How's it going? Going well. How are you, Dan? As you can see, we got the Channel 3 streams, which, as I was saying to intro this, I mean, I love it. It's not often I find myself streaming on Channel 3, but it's a good thing because that means the other channels are busy. And you love to see that. I love the fact that we have all these casters and cameramen coming in to do some work. You know, stream these games, cast these games. So just an extended timeout here of sorts between rounds. Their teams are perfectly allowed to take that up to 5 minutes between rounds if they wish, so I'm not sure if there's a specific issue or not, but I mean, all the players are still in the match, but they're just holding tight, waiting for something. Polo's saying, Adolfo's mastered that headbutt, does it almost every time in pubs. And yeah, definitely a lot of players now have gotten super good at it. If you've seen a lot of teams, I was going to say master teams, but even beyond just master teams, there's a lot of teams who've gotten pretty good at some headbutt rollouts. So it's something people can do, certainly aiming those deep down the floor. Although I just say it's risky because even with that headbutt being aimed well, which it was towards that mid lane, you're still leaving room for that defensive stack to get there just about as fast as your teammates can or you can. So I mean, it would, you know, more at risk for getting picked off than compared to say a slower joust, especially with a lead. But of course, can't deny the results when they work in your favor. PAMWOW saying, speaking of casters, rumor has it some Australian dude wants in. Is it a rumor? Hot off the press? Indeed. Spoiler alert, we are adding Australia to our casting team. Literally all of it. That is the rumor. And I am so prepared. In any case, here, we'll go back into the gameplay for now, just so we can look at something different, I suppose, and maybe give you a little bit of timeout music or something. Courtesy, of course, of our sponsors in Fixed Gaming. For that. But yeah, still waiting. There was an initial pause, and then an unpause, and then a pause again. So I think we're kind of approaching the 2-minute, or the 5-minute mark, but as of yet, not sure what the reasons may or may not be. Of course, now we do have a player actually out of the game, so that might explain some of it, but whatever the case. FMJ in there saying Adafo and Fishko Sum are brothers. And there's a lot of siblings in this game, a lot of you know, parents and child combos, you know, we've had over the years. Always fun. Always fun to see those kind of demographics, you know, span Echo. Got people from pretty much everywhere in the world. I mean, we've seen as of recently, you know, talking about Australia, talking about OCE, for instance. We've had some Echo Japan teams joining the OCE region of VRML recently. Have 2 of them now, to my knowledge, maybe even more soon. But competing over in OCE, Echo Japan is one of the teams, Tricksters is the other. So, always great to see. You know, it's becoming global. You got people young, people old, people blue, people gold. I like green eggs and ham. Pally I am. But yeah, life is good. Echo's good, as Nate Appleton says. And I agree. Never been healthier. Echo, that is, not me. I'm terribly unhealthy. But Echo's been great. Growing day to day, it seems like, and month to month. But with that, we got Dune back in the game over now on Chimera, so perhaps ready to start here shortly. And again, Bear's mentioning that we have the game after this following, which will be the streams of the Round Table and a bunch of Baby Ducks, which I guess with that in mind, give me just a second. I'm gonna type at these teams just to make sure they know that we'll probably be at least a few minutes delayed at minimum, so one moment. Alright, there we go. Yeah, so next is the team of the Round Table and a bunch of Baby Ducks. That's following this match. Of course, this match still yet to start its round 2. The players are in the game now. But we're paused again for some reason, and again, I'm currently clueless, but you know, perhaps mod discussions underway. They may have pinged the mods, and I just wouldn't know it if they had, so whatever the case, we've still got ourselves a pause. PAMWOW saying you can catch Spartan on Turbo on VRML Channel 1. Yes, indeed, you got options, hence why I'm over here on the 3 end of things. Easy threezy. But don't worry, because we got it covered, girl. All these matches. Literally all of them. Maybe not as literally. Depending, we'll see. We'll see where we're at later in the season, but in any case, yeah, we got that from Sir Dimwee over on Channel 1, starting in about 7 minutes from now, scheduled start time between Spartan and Turbo. Of course, that's going to be a pretty anticipated game, for sure. Some recognizable teams returning from prior seasons. And meanwhile, on channel 2, I guess there was a match just before this, probably ended at this point though. But later on, we'll have, it's looking like in about an hour from now, maybe, Paper versus Tint, as well as Protostar versus Echoholics. So you have that to look forward to also in the next hour. Like I said, options. Well, in any case, how you guys doing? How's your week been? I haven't been able to cast too many matches last few days, but glad to be here tonight. Getting some of those videos made and just trying to figure out stuff on that end to put out some more video content for our YouTubes, that is to say. And I'm not talking about the one on Synapse. Or am I? I might be. Just for him. But yeah, I got the top plays series at work now. Trying to get top plays from some of the best games. Maybe doing some recap videos. I don't know, we'll see. Depends on how it's received, basically. Trying to make some content that people would like to watch. But also stuff that I can kind of make, efficiently. Trying not to do it like I did before on my own YouTube channel, where it used to be way too long between videos, purely because I just take too long to make them. I get too picky and perfectionist and whatnot, and then I never get anything done. It's the worst. That's why I love casting, because I only get one take. That's the beauty of it. It's why it works. If I screw up, if I flub, I flub. But I can't edit it. Unless I'm Dimwee and I have my a censor button, then I guess I can edit it, sort of. But in any case, round 2 is finally underway, happy to say, so 10 minutes on the clock, and both teams back in their respective positions as they get back to it. So, we'll see what this one provides. Hopefully there are no other outstanding issues, tech issues, what have you, whatever it was that delayed everything. Adafo, though, with the take. Now off to the left lane, and cleared. Now we started off round 1 pretty slow. In terms of the scoring, the offensive pace, that is. I mean, it wasn't slow in terms of how fast they were boosting across the floor, certainly. But the scores, it took a while for them to start coming. So let's see if that's going to be a constant theme or not. As Schlart goes to the shoulder, has Adafo rolling. They're going to go backboard, but snagged out. Oh, Lord, that was a nice one from Tilt Zone. Getting a little too antsy, perhaps, on the shot. Of course, he can definitely make those, but just unable to get it to drop. Schlart yet, though, will still get it back to Adafo. Adafo backboard again, but interesting play there. So both the goalies kind of diving out, but unfortunate. It was the wrong direction. So with that, Adafo converts, makes him hurt, and there's the first 2. See, Franz in the chat. Go. Yes. Chimera. But welcome to the chat, Franz, of course, for Big Nights. Good to see ya. And right now, a little bit of rodeo there. Guru trying to get with Infernal to move to the other side of the floor, but don't get it going. So Guru there still gets this back, sends it right to Infernal. And Infernal actually missing a grab on his anchor, but still finds Adafo. So a good job by their team to put themselves all within their line of sight so they can find those passes right when they needed them. Mighty Quinn also complimenting the recaps and YouTube channels. Good upgrade. Yeah, thanks. Glad you like them. Yeah, got our awesome creators team trying to work on stuff. Interviews and highlight vids and all that good stuff. The recaps each Monday. So glad you like. Still some room to keep building on the YouTube and maybe even prettify it a little bit more too. But yeah, get some more content going. So we have your daily streams, and you get some videos constantly throughout the week. That's the dream. At the moment, though, trying to make this dream work, but could not get the pass. So Dune and Wolverine will get it there. Dune's just going to remain anchored to the wall. Now taps off. A mishandling there on the recovery. Schlart sending it to the midfield. That's going to be back to the wedge where Wolverine takes it. And now trying to spread the floor once more, get their first points here, 3 minutes into the second round. But a lot of these passes just kind of bouncing everywhere except the pockets of the shooters, essentially. So not quite able to get what they want. Certainly for Schlart, he's going to get what he wants. Gets that goal, 4 points for go. All right, so as it goes, left lane taken here by Chubby. Chubby sending it crossways to Wolverine. They're gonna try and get to the goal, but I mean, very, very tough as there's 3 different defenders they just run into here. So Chimera at the moment kind of unable to find that rhythm on their offense at this point. Definitely was a tight first round, but it seems like they're not really able to get those good passes off and really position out, you know, on offense so far right now. Good news for them is that they're only down by 4 points, so it's really nothing that they can't make up. But knowing that they need to come back in this round if they want to see that third happen, that's definitely something they're going to need to adjust in the old lockers, in the spawn room, you know, and see if they can come back stronger in this next half. With that said, we are approaching that halfway point soon enough here in the second round. Go taking that first round 11-7. But meanwhile, Guru trying to gain control. Schlart does maintain it just briefly and gets that over to Adafo. Adafo splitting it to the backboard again, going to that well, but does not work out as well. So that time will give an opportunity now to Chubby and Co to maybe get this goal. Let's see, they will capture it perhaps, but in fact it's a faster boost coming in from Adafo. They're just trying to link up and find a little stability here. Now try and get something going. Now that's a really deep pass. And once, twice, very, very nice. But then the third pass cut off. So good defense and kind of force them into a shot they may not have wanted to take. With that, they will take the disc back though. There's Dune. So some errors for sure, but not proving mega costly yet, as they will still get into the orange zone. As that will almost go into the goal. Wow, Adafo was there for the recovery, however. Man, you see those go in these days a whole lot. Players, even if they don't necessarily expect with certainty those shots to go in, as a great pass goes for Chubby, to Chubby from Tilt. And that gets them in the orange zone for their first goal. That was actually really nice. I was gonna say though, you see a lot of shots these days. And a lot of these clears, even if you don't necessarily expect to go in 100% of the time, of course. A lot of these players know how to at least give it a chance at going, and you know, it's just something you can't even be surprised by. It's just always a risk, and it makes it even more of a dangerous situation. You know, it puts more pressure on Stacks to get back even faster than before, because now these clears are going out with such purpose, as the shot does from Schlart. Nice job too, contesting the goalie to free up that shot. You saw them actually attempt that earlier, and despite the fact that they did actually get a crash here, so they're down a player, they're still able to convert on a score. But you saw them take that 3-point attempt on the goalie earlier on and slightly mistimed it in that first round. Finding much better results here, however, in this round, so that's good for them to see. Tilt zone off the backboard. Bounce in high and taken by Wolverine. Wolverine sending it over, but Schlart takes it back. Now to the other side. Oh boy. Schlart, 56 meters. And really pumping up this lead now. Big time. They're up to 8, 3 minutes left. That is a big shot from Schlart. And what's up, Toki? Welcome to the Twitch chat. Any relation to, you know, other Toki? T-O-K-I? Or is this just an entirely different Toki? Either way, keying in on the save was infernal, or trying to prevent it from going to their bubble. So nice dive out there to prevent this offensive attempt. Tilt zone sending it right back, however, as it's grabbed at the ceiling. And Wolverine now and Adafo gonna double KO each other as Dune takes a disc. Now trying to send it over as Chubby Asian gets it. Nice hit, nice pass as well from Dune. And with that, back to a 6-point deficit. Still some time, not a lot, but still some time. And Jay Giselle also stopping by. And at the moment, stopping by for a very interesting goal. Dune. That makes it a 3-point game all of a sudden. That was the last possible thing that Go wanted, to say the least. So that is tough, but you know, taking full advantage is Chimera. So they actually have some momentum now. Really need to be careful if you're Go, because otherwise you're gonna be going to round 3. Let's see, Dune with a disc, eyeing down the defender, trying to convert, but can't bury that shot, unfortunately. And now a turnover going to Guru. So Guru snagging it, sending it, and now trying to look for maybe a boost if they can. Lightly boosted down the floor will be Adafo. Adafo taking a rough bounce, and that's gonna go right back to Infernal. Positioned on the other side. Infernal to the nest, and oh, off the head there! So staying alive off of some more interesting plays, to say the least. What a turn of events here in this second round, trying to put themselves in position for this late game comeback. Can they do it? Wolverine with that disc, sending it over to midfield. Tilt zone to Chubby. Now they're getting at this point where they got to score, and especially with this turnover potentially, they may need to take a 3 if they get this disc back soon. So let's see. Turnover cause, and just jostling for position. Adafo, nice short-range grab, able to get that clear off, almost a shot attempt in fact. Gonna bounce wayward. Now back to the blue, Chubby with a disc. Big stun coming in from Dune. Gonna hand it off to Wolverine. So they got a potential 3-on-1. Need to go for the goalie stun right now. Someone diving, and trying to stay in it, but could not. So again, I think it just comes down to that minute communication in this round for Chimera. Some of these attempts. Let's see if they can get it. Oh, talk about miscommunication. The goal was open, but they missed the 3. And with that, the second round and the win going to Go. My goodness, some mistakes, but not paying for it at all. And that was so very close. And that is a tough loss for sure. But man, oh man, some risky plays from these teams towards the end of these, both of these rounds. In fact, just not costing either time for Go's behalf. Crazy though, crazy. With that, the second round win and the sweep in the books, but right until the very end, that was, yeah, that was almost a round 3 we saw there. All right, so we do have our next game coming up real quickly here. Checking on my invites, which I may have, it looks like. That's good. All right, so yeah, can't hang around all too long, but give you a quick look at those stats while I prep to get in this next match, the second of our 2 streams on Channel 3 here. So give me just a moment, and in fact, if you're still here, Pam, you can join me if you want. Saw you gave me the old ping in the Discord, so might even be joined by Pam around the corner. So with that said, congrats to Go for the victory. Narrowly. Narrowly. And with that, shall be right back. Plays featuring Season 3, Week 2, in this match between Spaghetti and Synapse. At number 9, you've heard of ankle breakers, but how about wrist wreckers? The risk taker Oculus Satyr shows the handles. In real life, you might jump for joy, but in Echo Games, you jump for Jack. Which is to say, this didn't produce much of anything for Al, but the entertainment value alone deserves the 8th spot. A 2-for-1 highlight at number 7. First, it's a partial save to deny an extra point from Meatballer, but Zach, more importantly, putting Synapse ahead late in round 1. At number 6, it's nice passing from Spaghetti, but then it's Zach with the heady, which as it turns out, becomes a recurring theme in this game. Up high at high five, it's Zach with the tough mail slot angle, clearly moonlighting as a Paperboy pro when he's not playing Echo. At number 4 head, it's .com, the master of his dome, Mang, with the headbutt save while he's stunned. At number 3, there is no 3. Goal looks pretty open, and yet it's .com again, taking points off of Spaghetti's plate. Next up, it's Connemara, walking the dog and picking up number 2 with that nasty bait. Call him a con man, that was dirty. At number 1, it's Zach W, boosting into a flawless headbutt pass for the Caption 3. That is absolutely ridiculous. Back in preseason 1, it was Zach who had hit the first ever cloud shot in a pro league scenario, and now 1 year later continues to be an offensive innovator on the Echo scene. This has been VRML Top Plays. Thanks for watching. All right, everybody. Hello. Welcome back to VR Master League, where we've got for you another game. Our second one this back-to-back. Appreciation to these teams for waiting a little bit. You're just briefly delayed. And glad to be able to stream them. We've got a bunch of baby ducks and the round table coming in here on the stream. And on the cast, you got me. I'm Palidore, and you got him. That's PAMWOW. See, I didn't lie to you. He's joining us after all, and good to have PAMWOW on the cast. How's it going?
Yeah, good to be here. I'm going very well and gone very excited for this match. Both teams been performing reasonably well, exceptionally well within this season and within these previous few weeks here. So great to see how these two teams will do against each other as we head into the first round now. And yeah, we'll be a bunch of baby ducks taking that disc and looking to send it.
All right, well, Tyrant's being stunned. And immediately going to be flung into the mid zone where it's taken back by Southpaw. Southpaw heading up to the sky. Hits the wrong cloud, however, so it goes back to Crystal Sun. And there you go, the sun through the clouds even, as it gets collected by Flap.
He aimed for the sky, he got the sun. And now Jade Mitchell, however you pronounce it, went for an aggressive play, but the reset coming there from the round table. And now looking to counter-attack here with that pass there. Nice, brilliant passes coming here actually from the team of the round table now. And that unfortunate bounce going to make its way. Oh, they went to carry that disc through the shield there. The save there coming from Jade. Interesting plays coming from both sides of the, from both teams here. Unfortunately, a few unlucky bounces there for the team of the round table. They did go for that aggressive play there. And then a bunch of baby ducks went for that recovery, did grab that disc, but the shield gonna disable that play there and actually kind of left that disc into a bit of a dangerous territory there. But thankful for Jade Michael there with that save and now looking to find yet another play here.
All right, well, a lot of brawls, if nothing else, going on in the midfield as they do recover. Southpaw once more. So still locked here at 0 apiece. That's gonna fly to Crystal Sun. Might have had a moment to hold on to it, but I think maybe thought the teammates, were the enemies, so didn't communicate that perhaps, as they will, in fact, force this shot now. But there is a goalie there, so almost a lucky thing that it bounced back towards Jade. Jade right back on the handoff, but gonna be picked off by Southpaw, and right back off the cloud again, top lane and into the bubble. So 2 minutes in, still scoreless, and you're seeing one of those situations where I think both teams just trying to get their rhythm, trying to get a Dusty, in fact, but does lose the disc instead. So there it is, the first goal. Silver Pony, giddy up.
What a play there from Silver, constantly maintaining that pressure on a bunch of baby ducks, and it pays off in the end. Call it silver, call it gold. Those few points will pay the toll. 2 points to the round table, and a good luck coming there from Tyler in the chat. Always great to see, and good luck to whatever the reason is why these teams have paused now. Perhaps a player might need to drop out for a few seconds here, but we might be heading back into Echo overtime.
A little early for that, I feel like, compared to usual, but yeah, it's timeout here rather straight away. I mean, looking like maybe a ping spike issue I saw there. I'm not certain on what the situation was. I mean, all the players still in this game, and now it looks like they are on pausing, so whatever it was, whatever the rhyme or the reason, we're back into this with the first goal going Round Table's way, and yeah, okay, not too bad on the delays this time, so I can work with that.
Just had to take a bit of time to pause there after they realized, hey, hang on a minute, Silver Pony just soloed that man and found a few points all on his lonesome, and they needed to kind of take a few moments to comprehend that fact. But a bunch of Baby Ducks now looking to retaliate here. They do have the possession. Crystal Sun sending it over to the left. They do have two players kind of in the relatively similar area, and a great pass there towards the right. Crystal Sun looking to send it in, and indeed he will. 2 points to Baby Ducks, evening up the scores. Great passing there coming from their team.
Yeah, and just like that, right back to a tie. So now finding some good rhythm, it would seem. Maybe all they needed was that brief timeout. They just had to say, hey guys, let's execute better. And then they did. I don't know. Whatever the reason, though, they got Silver Pony now on the joust for the round table here on offense. As they try and get past this stack at midline, they have Tyrant and Jade, who just stay linked together just enough to at least get to the bubble again. But that said, the shot attempt just kind of being forced in there was essentially a 1v4, so not great odds for them, but they will try and take advantage now on a pass as the defense does sail out of the bubble, but instead Crystal Sun getting it back, and that's a really nice clear actually down the blue zone. However, there is a goalie, but just left, and also just right was that shot on the goalpost as it sails back to the wedge.
Yeah, great follow-up there coming from Baby Ducks. The regrabs were there, unfortunately unable to find it immediately, but they are looking to find it eventually with that steal coming there. And now the pass towards the left, not going to make its way to the teammate at first, but the stun will come in handy from Flatman. And now Flatman sending over to the right. It will be Jade. Jade sending it in for 2 points. And now taking the lead, Baby Ducks. Great passing there coming from the team. And although a few awkward bounces there, did make its way in the end. So yeah, great plays across the board there from Baby Ducks.
Yeah, for sure. Just didn't give up on the play and got what they wanted in the end. So as they launched out here again for a Silver Pony QBing and round table, seeing if they can react much like they did before and just try and work their offense in. And unfortunately, those just Tyrant once again now with another turnover being caused against the round table. So with that, trying to find that pass, an awkward bounce. And again, they got to be careful with some of these clears because they do have muted winters there kind of hanging deep in the back line. So definitely got to prioritize the passes over some of these clears at points.
Did like that reset play there coming from Baby Ducks, though. The communication you could definitely tell was there. Immediately knew he had a player on him and definitely went for that reset there. However, will it work for them as Southpaw Nerd in a 1v3 situation did go for the shot, getting stunned out in the end now, and it will be Baby Ducks with possession in the end, looking for that clear through the right tunnel. Good pass there to Jade, and great reset there coming from Baby Ducks now. Pass yet again. It's a 1-2 situation here, and now Tyrant with the disc. Getting a hold of it, does have some time and is aware of this fact and does have the regrabs coming in on the left side off the nest. It will be the Crystal Sun looking to find a few points. Good reset there, back onto the left shoulder, back towards the shield. The pass definitely was there, but the possession wasn't, and now quickly grabbing back onto that rebound there, sending it back up towards that nest section, and Tyrant now with the disc, looking to send it right back into that bubble there. Does have a player inside, might go for it. However, it will reset that back to the bow tie, taking it a bit slow there. Does have a player on the off of backman. He will be Tyrant now. Tyrant did go for the pass, getting stunned out. However, South Park will trade for that, and trade indeed, finding that disc. A-Hat sending that disc through the left tunnel and looking to follow up.
And you see, aside of the fact that they're getting back fast for Baby Ducks on a lot of these possessions, one of the things you'll notice is when they're going on the offense here, even though they weren't successful in that play, they still had a lot of players surrounding the bubble. They were trying to give themselves passing options, whereas on the side of the round table, they've taken a couple of these dives into the goal. Like you said, 1v3, 1v4. Right now, another score from Jade, and that'll give them a 4-point lead. But I think that's the big difference maker, is that even though if the passes are off, just the fact that they have for Baby Ducks a lot of teammates in the area, they're able to get these recoveries, and they're able to have a higher percent chance of converging on a goal.
Exactly, and just also looking in the chat there, who won between Go and Chimera? If you missed it, great game. That was Go that took it away. So thank you for J-Train for also putting that there in the chat. And thank you for the Crystal Sun putting it in the goals there. 2 points going to Baby Ducks, and almost an immediate turnaround from back and forth trades. Baby Ducks have taken a strong lead here in the later half of this first round, looking to seal it off.
Yeah, that they have. So putting in some scores really efficiently, and now going back to the offense. Need to be careful. That's going to be a deep clear. That's going to be snagged back. So credit to their stack for being there. And a quick grab from Southpaw, sending it high. But again, there is the stack returning for Baby Ducks on defense. But just miscue because Southpaw once again, and that is a big three from 19 meters deep. That was a really good shot to put them back within 3 from Southpaw. His hands all over that disc in the midfield.
Roundtable they've definitely utilized a lot of pressure in terms of just sending one player out to pressure that disc. Although it can definitely lead to a lot of a disadvantageous situation, such as just a mere pass around that player and suddenly it becomes a 4v3. It has worked, however, in a few circumstances here for the Roundtable. They've just stolen the disc in a lot of difficult situations and just found those points, and it's those points that might just bring themselves back into this round here. Only a 3-point difference here. The Roundtable definitely looking to respond here. It will be Baby Ducks with the possession, however. Flatman 0 sending it down to Jade. Jade crossing it, but the interception there from A-Hat. Brilliant interception there, cutting off that pass and looking to send it back into the side of Baby Ducks. It's only a 3-point difference here, so the Roundtable definitely aware of this, looking to respond quickly through that midsection clear. The pass not going to make its way, however, and the Crystal Sun trying to send it back through that midsection. Will it work? The pass evading many members of the Roundtable. Now a one-on-one situation, slowly converting into a 1v4 as the team members of the Roundtable converge all around the members of Baby Ducks now. And the reset potentially not going to work out. I was
trying to go for the behind the back reset, it seemed like, but those are the kind of things that, let's see if they get punished for it. I mean, what I call unforced turnovers, right? Kind of go for the extra added pizzazz, but now you gave a chance here for the Roundtable to potentially bring it within a 1 or tie it up if they can get a 3. So that can be bad news for them. Let's see how they capitalize. Southpaw trying to distribute down below, but his teammate was really contested. That said, they get the goal, and Southpaw showing that he's in it to win it, or at least to try his dang best, as they do bring it within 1, and still half a minute left. Let's see. It is very close and much closer than the Ducks may want.
Yeah, I mean, even if you could notice there in that play, I mean, Muted Winters constantly in that goals there, staying back, playing defensive. Although many would recommend staying in that midsection in order to find that clear, that desperate clear coming from the opposing team. It definitely did work out for the Roundtable. I mean, they must be very confident in their offensive skills, and it did pay out in the end. So props to that play. But with 4 seconds left on the clock, they might need to go for any play here, as the Roundtable aren't able to do it in time. 1 point to the difference here. Baby Ducks taking it away in the first round, and what a close round indeed. I'm loving the plays coming from both teams in general here. Baby Ducks have done so well in terms of passing, and the Roundtable just finding that pressure in so many situations where it didn't seem possible that they could grab the disc. They just found it in the end, and wow, they definitely did capitalize off many of those plays there. But in the end, Baby Ducks taking it away within that first round, and now looking to do the same in the second. Roundtable looking to respond, and yeah, a close round indeed there from Tyler.
Yeah, and Wonder also stopping by the chat there. What's up? J-Train, Trespassing. Hello to all you guys. Hope you're having a good evening here. Pally and PAMWOW on the cast. Over here on Channel 3 and over on Channel 1 as well. You got matches now and later happening. So, been good, been fun. And as you were saying, Pam, I think, credit to the Roundtable. And I was saying that I think they had a hard time, especially in the early parts, getting some spacing on offense and, getting the passes on the offense and spacing right for that. But to their full credit, on the defensive end of things, they were spacing pretty well at late. That's how they got a lot of those turnovers, because they were in the right place in the correct lanes to kind of read some of those passes and cause some turnovers, against the side of Baby Ducks. So I think if they could translate that, that kind of spacing, they obviously have the right ideas. They just need to, if they get some offense going, bring it into the front line, because a lot of their shots were kind of off scrambled defense and open goals there, again from Southpaw. So I think a much better start here if they can just get some, again, the positioning, the passes, and not rely as much on those. We could very well be looking at the Roundtable taking this round by the end of it, but we shall see.
I mean, exactly what you've just said here. I mean, speaking of transitioning into the offensive here, the round table had the disc. Momentarily, they're getting stunned out, however, but finding the rebound in the end. Silver Pony now taking the time to find a potential pass there through to the left, evading the player of Baby Ducks. However, it will be Baby Ducks in the end, finding that disc first and finding that slap clear through the midsection. However, might not work out for them. Oh, the round table definitely went for a bit of a risky backward slap there. Did fall into the hands of Baby Ducks in the end, and Tyrant now with the disc. Sending it over to the left. It will be Jade back to Tyrant. Great passes here coming from Baby Duck, sending it through that right section. And it will be Flatman resetting it back towards that left tunnel. Oh, but it is a very dangerous position for that disc to be in, because the regrabs are on their way from the round table, looking to pressure that disc that the round table have been doing very well in these circumstances in terms of finding that pressure and finding that disc. However, it will be Baby Ducks taking a hold of that disc and sending it through that midsection in the end, but Silver Pony now.
Yeah, so Silver Pony with that disc sending it over to Southpaw. So Southpaw been doing some good work on offense, but didn't have any options, unfortunately, there. So Crystal, the Crystal Stun from Crystal Stun, sending it now to Jade. And I think positioning has already been better for round tables, as they do have that deep backliner. Muted Winters getting it out there. I think next step, even just dragging out that goalie at least into the midfield once they're on the orange side. You know, give them a back option that isn't, you know, so far back that, you know, it's only a clear that gets the job done, as they go for a play on the goal. Southpaw not making it the best of it that time, but still a good attempt as the defense collects and slaps it back towards mid.
Yeah, Southpaw definitely went for that backboard shot there. Unfortunately, barely missing that bounce there. However, they do have the turnaround here, and it will be A-Hat with the disc now, clearing it towards the left. Southpaw Nerd looking for yet another shot on goal, getting stunned, however, from Jade. And it will still be the round table with the disc in the end. However, the stun, the plays there coming from Baby Duck, sending it back through that right section and looking to potentially follow up here, but the regrabs will be there, coming there first from the team of the round table, taking it nice and easy here in their defensive region, looking for that forcing that clear through that right tunnel. Had many players attempting to stop that clear actually from Baby Ducks. However, they will actually find it in the end. So forcing that clear through that right tunnel definitely working out in favor for them. And a struggle for the disc from both members of both teams there. It will work out for the round table in the end. Now A-Hat with the disc, looking to clear it towards the right. Actually, the backboard shot nearly making its way in. That was such a close shot there coming from A-Hat. However, Baby Ducks able to collect it in the end and looking to play a bit more defensively here in comparison to the first round, where I feel like it was like an all-out brawl within the first few minutes of the game. It's both teams definitely taking a bit of a more defensive approach, trying to play a bit more smart with the disc, which you can definitely respect here from both of these teams here. Now Flatman sending it back towards his teammate here, Tyrant. Tyrant does have members across the trench there. Will be passing it to Jade. Jade crossing it over to the left.
Ooh.
But the save there from Muted Winters. What a save, and clearing it through that right section. What a play there from Table.
Yeah, Muted Winters definitely loud on that save and should be proud of it. Let's see if they can take it now for some offense. They have Silver, but instead a sliver of defense gets in the way from Crystal. Crystal sending it waywards, and now will be taken at the ramp. It looks like no, actually just misplay. So instead, a pile-up going to form at this wall as they send it back to the tunnel. Flatman and Tyrant trying to link up together, but now slapping it backwards. A chance to get the defense just out of position if they press this right now, and they are trying to do just that, but taken from too far out. And it's another save being sent by Winters, but another rebound from Jade and the Ducks.
Winters just completely muting the offensive plays coming from a bunch of Baby Ducks now, but they're not giving up. Oh my lord, went for the bottom pocket, barely dinging off there, and they still have the possession here. Baby Ducks, they're definitely maintaining this pressure here on the goal. Off to the left shoulder will be Tyrant, and finally finding a few points there, taking the initial lead of this second round. If you're just joining us, Baby Ducks have taken the first round here and taking a lead within the second, and we are already halfway within the second round, so you can definitely tell how safe both teams are playing here with the disc, which you can definitely admire here in this situation. But the round table now need to look to respond, and a delayed grab of that disc is not the response that they required there. A bit of a miscommunication, perhaps a bit of maybe a barrier issue. I don't know what happened there, but they definitely need to work their way around that.
Yeah, that is tough. We actually saw that happen as well in the last match. I mean, sometimes for better or worse, I mean, those things will happen to teams, even at Master Division. You just see it on occasion where it's so easy because of the quick resets and the spawn timers. Every now and then, you'll see those instances where, you know, someone zigs when they should have zagged, someone doesn't grab it who was supposed to. With that said, they just got to put it behind them. They're only behind by 4. And a great passing play, but going to be cut off very well by Tyrants, and could have been nice. Still might be yet as the stuns unfold here, and trying to get the disc right back in the trap. See if they'll get it. Looks like, no. It's going to be Crystal Sun now, but a lot of aggression certainly being put on by the round table.
Yeah, I mean, well, something that you can take into concern here is that this sport isn't like such as soccer or football, I believe you Americans called it. It's like not after you take a goal, you don't have a few minutes to kind of comprehend what's happening and look to change things. Jade not changing a thing with that aggressive approach there, taking those few points, but was just going to note how the round table, once you are placed in that situation where the enemy team has taken the lead in the round, you don't have a lot of time to kind of quickly talk with your team and maybe converse in a new strategy or anything along those lines. So perhaps maybe they were going for that kind of approach of trying to communicate a new method or a new play style, but sometimes once you're kind of absorbed in that mentality, then it just allows mistakes to happen that shouldn't really be happening, such as that just advantage miss of that disc there. So now a bunch of Baby Ducks looking to capitalize, but a brilliant save there coming from round table, and their defensive plays have been impeccable.
They have, but now what matters here, I mean, the defense only matters if you can eventually get it going on the offensive end of things, but a big grab there. Tyrant just using Silver as an anchor. Apparently riding that pony just a little bit. They're going to try and ride it all the way to the blue zone and score again if they can. Let's see. It will be Flatman trying to get that disc off the bounce. Bouncing low and right back to the possession of Silver. But yeah, great defense from Muted. But again, I think they need to get some, you know, an additional body basically in the orange side so they can get some easier passes and find, you know, more of a rhythm going into the latter portions of this round, as it is approaching that 220 mark and getting more and more in danger of that sweep.
Yeah, and I feel like maybe one of the reasons for why Baby Ducks have been able to utilize a lot more situations in their favor, I feel like their regrabs have been on par, if not slightly faster than the team of the round table in a lot of situations that we've seen here, especially in that defensive regrab situation we saw earlier where the round table attempted to convert that clear into a few points there, but Baby Ducks were there first and now looking to find a few more.
Wow.
Great passing there in the bubble, and Tyrant placing it in. An 8-point lead now coming to Baby Ducks, who have found the first round, looking to find the second.
Yeah, that was indeed a gem from Jade on that pass. You gotta love it. The cross, good timing on that, and what can you say? That was just executed the way that they have. Well, we already saw it in round 1. We're seeing it more here now in round 2, and this is, as a result, getting them this opportunity to perhaps win, really pulling away, especially with those double stuns, just shielding both of those players on the defense. Jade Michael gets it on the kneecaps, and they are up by 10.
Old Jade Michael Jackson, those dance moves were insane, just evading all of the members of the round table and just finding those few points there, just nailing those few points, taking a strong lead within this second round here. Now a minute left on the clock, and although it does seem hopeless, the round table definitely in a position to find a few more points to add to that scoreboard there at the end. However, an unfortunate clear there might work against them here, as the Flatman now looking to send a few more, but the save, the ding off the left of the post, they do find the rebound. However, Tyrant now does have the disc, does have players inside the bubble converging all around the goalie there. They are respecting Muted Winters because he has found quite a few saves here, but the Crystal Sun just in the end finding those points and taking that pass from inside the bubble, placing it from behind the goals there. 26 seconds left on the clock and a 12-point lead coming here to a bunch of Baby Ducks.
Hey, you said it. They've definitely worried about that goalie just a bit. We've seen a couple dings in this round, and really just following some of these saves from Muted. That's what happens when you have a great defender inside the goal. You get a disc saved a couple times if you're on offense. The next time you're trying to drive in, you're really thinking about it a lot more, trying placing it in the corners and such. So with that, some nice plays, but could not turn it into the offense, unfortunately, for the round table. And with that, the dozen points victory in round 2 from the bunch of Baby Ducks.
Yeah, I mean, something's even pointing out here. I mean, Muted Winters found so many saves here, and what you mentioned earlier, just being able to transition and respond with that clear and follow up with a few points of your own. That's what really counts in the end. Finding and monopolizing off that clear and just being able to find those plays. But Baby Ducks just doing very well in a lot of circumstances to regrab and find themselves back inside their bubble to find those saves. This a lot of saves coming here from the Crystal Sun. I mean, it didn't look clear and apparent in the game, but a lot of the times when a bunch of Baby Ducks did find those regrabs back into their defensive region, that was actually game saving. I mean, those points that could have been scored there from the round table just saved so many times there from the regrabs coming here from a bunch of Baby Ducks. So yeah, huge props to Baby Ducks there in that game in terms of just finding those great regrabs and being able to defend those goals there. 6 saves coming to the Crystal Sun, and to Jade, 1 to Flatman. So yeah, just emphasizing that matter of being able to follow up on that cleared disc is definitely it's definitely a huge concern for any team playing in Echo Arena. So yeah, just wanted to point that out, and also wanted to point out a huge GG's coming in the chat here from Tyler. Thanks for everyone in the chat for stopping by as well. GG's from J Train, Wonder Team Man, Redeeming Hydrate.
Sort of.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Sort of. Also not really.
Sort of.
Careful, you're going to end up in Twitch jail. No bail.
It's not good. They don't give you hydrates there. It's not really good.
Exactly.
Don't recommend it.
No, they make you drink water, and that's the worst punishment of all, if you're me, anyways.
Oh, no. Not water.
Water everywhere, and not a drop to drink. At least not a drop that I want to drink. In any case, Dr. Pepper for me all night. So with that though, thank you guys indeed for watching. As PAMWOW said, congrats to a bunch of Baby Ducks for this 2-round victory, and to Team Go in the previous stream here just about half an hour or so ago for their victory as well. But entertaining, very close, especially in that first round here. But a bunch of Baby Ducks, just as he said, they got it going, and their passes and their boosts really paved the way for a lot of nice highlight plays, and it shows, well, right there. I mean, between 3 out of their 4 players scoring, everyone at least getting an assist, and I mean, full cohesive effort for sure. But yeah, for the round table, you can definitely see the pieces there. I think needing to plug in a few more pieces into that puzzle together in terms of how they handle kind of their offensive dynamics, basically. But I always say defense is a lot of the times, for most people, one of the more difficult things to really pick up compared to offense, because offense is pretty obvious. It's very cause and effect, and you can really point out at a lot of very individual things, when it comes to offensive plays. For defense, there's a lot more, nuances and subtleties to it, and it requires a lot more of team cohesion in that regard. So, any teams who can figure out defense and play some decent defense are already setting themselves up for success, because that's one of the harder parts taken care of from the beginning. So, round table, still look forward to seeing them again here soon and watching that improvement across the season, no doubt. Here, still a nice record on the whole. They're going to go to 4-3 after this. I mean, that is more than respectable for sure. So, with that, thanks again, guys. I've been Palidore. That's been PAMWOW. And until next time, which is to say over on Channel 1, you'll have Protostar versus Echoholics in about 23 minutes from now. And maybe possibly Wonder, I know he's in the chat, doing paper tint, maybe possibly. I didn't see any casters signed up, but I do see Wonder on the cam, so that might be a thing. Heck, I might even be there. Whatever the case is, though, you have matches in 23 minutes from now on Channels 1, maybe 2. But yeah, until then, I've been Palidore, that's been PAMWOW, this has been VRML. You guys be happy, healthy, safe, and good to each other as always, and we'll see you pretty soon.
See you later, mates.
Season 3 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.